nanoparticles in silver iodide, sorry. And much like like the barium that's contained in the chemtrails, supposedly for the radar aspects of the program that the Department of Defense is carrying out for their missile defense, and that they use barium. It's to kind of light up the ionosphere and that, and so they can get it's for imagery, basically, is what I'm getting at. And that has effects on the immune system over a long period of time, and that's the barium. And so our immune systems are getting weaker. People are becoming more sterile and having to use artificial insemination. So it's just another plus for them. So it says animal studies have shown low birth weights, delayed bone formation, and bone marrow damage when pregnant animals breathe benzene. And so it's not good stuff. It says people who breathe in high levels of benzene may develop the following signs and symptoms within minutes to several hours: drowsiness, dizziness, rapid or regular heartbeat, headaches, tremors, confusion, unconsciousness, death at very high levels. So, but the last thing that I'll cover on this right now, as far as the BP oil spill, is the chemical, and I'm not going to talk about it long. I just wanted to mention that it's just using the chemical that's actually worse than the oil spill itself, and all the chemicals that people are breathing in. They're using chemicals to hide the oil. That's basically what they're doing. So it's just another opportunity for the oil companies to use this new chemical that they have that's being used to basically mask the humongous amounts of oil that are out there. So that's pretty much all I'm going to cover for the BP disaster, false flag attack, whatever it's called. And the next article that I wanted to cover, just briefly, definitely not as long as I did with the BP article, and hopefully this isn't too boring, guys. This is something different. Like I said, I'm going to try this a little bit and try to make it a little more organized so that I have just, article, and stick with about 10 minutes per article. So just leave your comments, like I said, and let me know what you think. Is there something I should do, not do, improve on? Take out, whatever, just let me know. But I'm kind of limited with the software that I have, the editing software, so I can only do so much with this. I wish I had nicer software. But the next article that I wanted to cover was this story that was titled 75,000 Uzbeks from Uzbekistan flee ethnic riots in Kyrgyzstan. And I'm not going to read the whole article, but the only reason I'm going to mention this is so that if you're listening to this right now, you most likely are aware of what the New World Order is. You're aware of doublethink and what Orwell in 1984 and the Brave New World and what all that was talking about. But specifically 1984, you have Oceania, and you have the constant war, the never-ending war. But when you look on the map, you can see that Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan, and there's two more. There's Tajikistan and Turkmenistan, but the Kazakhstan, the Kyrgyzstan, the Uzbekistan, this is an area. I have it on my little Django account, a little picture of where it is, the area, and it's located between Russia, China, Pakistan, and these are all countries that border this area. Russia, China, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iran, the Caspian Sea, which is where Georgia's at, and that oil pipeline, which they had a little scuffle over, Russia and the little Georgia parts of Georgia. Then, of course, you have Iraq in that area, Syria, Turkey. So this is my little Well, what I think is that this is going to be the new Middle East, called Central Asia, and it's going to consist of these countries. And this is it's going to be like a little stomping ground where they're going to impose, quote, democracy, and overthrow any traditionals who don't like occupiers coming in their country, putting in puppet dictators. So yeah, I mean, so this is what I've been kind of saying this for a little while, as far as the Central Asia being something to keep an eye on. So, but the story is basically says that the Kyrgyz mobs burned Uzbek homes and cafes and slaughtered Uzbek villagers Sunday in the worst ethnic rioting this Central Asian nation has seen in 20 years. More than 75,000 Uzbeks fled across the border into Uzbekistan, trying to dodge bullets in a frantic dash to safety. And when I was reading into the Haiti story, I realized, or I learned, that the last Haitian president was actually someone that most of the people supported, and that the recent leader in Haiti, is one that isn't really supported, and that the last leader of Haiti was ousted in a coup, and this is the same typical patterns that come up when I read these stories and these articles and do a little research, but it's included right in this little AP article that I'm reading from. That was from June 13th, 2010. It says the rioting that began Thursday night appeared aimed at undermining Kyrgyzstan's interim government, which came to power after former President Kurmanbek was ousted in a bloody uprising in April and fled the country. It says Uzbeks have backed the interim government, right? So this is important. They've backed the interim government, while many Kyrgyz in the south have supported the top president. And that's how it always goes, right? So you got these intelligence agencies, CIA type coups that support these coups, get people to get all the other people on the streets to get rallied up and start rioting to create instability, and so that the Russians can come in, the UN can come in and start occupying that area. But yeah, it's the same thing with all the time as far as having these coups and these riots. But I'm reading this article, and it's definitely something you might want to go check out, because it's pretty slanted. It's saying these poor Uzbeks and these poor Uzbekis people and stuff like that. And but when you read read further down, they do give you away at the bottom, where it's basically having Kyrgyz people saying, hey, they're coming over here burning our houses down and stuff like that. And it says, why have the Uzbeks become so brazen? Said one Osh resident. It says, why do they burn my house? It says that her house was destroyed by these Uzbekistanis, whatever, overnight, and all her Kyrgyz neighbors had to run for their safety. And so, yeah, it's kind of a one-sided article, but just something I throw out there just so you can keep in your mind that that's an area that I think we shouldn't forget. We should keep in the back of our heads, because I think that's going to be a hot spot. It's going to be in the news in the next 4 years. It's Central Asia. So thanks. Let's move on to the last article, and then I'll finish up here for the show.